Hello, my name is Timothy Anete. Most importantly, I want to welcome you if you are here on this channel for the very first time. I would like you to turn on the subscription button after you have clicked on the subscribe button, and then share this video and like this video as well. Give it a thumbs up so it can go to many eyes. I would like you to share it so many other people can get to learn. Now let's get started. Let me believe you are a realtor. And even if you are not, this also cuts across other businesses, other niches, and other sectors. Now, to start with, allow me to narrow it by talking specifically to realtors. How to build digital trust on social media and other digital channels as a realtor. Now, you understand that basically we have so many digital channels at the moment, starting from social media, search engines, and also different other platforms, like we have the print media, we have the display media as well. Now, how do you build a digital trust? Let's narrow it to digital trust. Like I have said earlier, a lot of people are equally doing exactly what you are doing. Now, you will understand that globally, there is a trust barrier in every business. Bringing it back home in Africa and in Nigeria, our country, you'll get to understand that naturally, trust is one of the major issues we have. It is impossible for you to just display a property and a total stranger will click and reach out to you immediately, request for your account, and make payment immediately. Now, sales closing experts will tell you that before you go straight to the point in an attempt to close sale, you must at least spend a few minutes to build trust. Now, why don't you handle this already before the closing period of your sales? So how do you really close? How do you really build your digital trust on social media and other digital channels? It's not really as difficult as it may seem. Already, you know that no one will buy from you except they trust you. No one will buy from you except they trust you. It's okay to meet a stranger today and then within a period of time, it gets to buy. But rarely do strangers immediately buy without being able to ascertain all level of fears. Being able to, be sure that all his fears have all been handled. This is why in marketing communication, you are told to assume those fears and give answers to them before they ask. It is a way of telling you that, yeah, this will establish your authority, experience, and trust in them. They don't need to ask. Now, there is this thing about how salespersons, especially the realtors, can appear like prophets to their prospects. Now, these people are just discovering you on social media based on maybe your post, based on your ad, and then they come to your page on your Instagram, they come to your page on your Facebook, you know, and when they land on your page, everything they see from day one is sales, 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 and sales. All right. The only thing you display there are your products. Today, you display a particular product in Lekki. Tomorrow, you display another product in Victoria Island. Another day, you are displaying in Port Harcourt, product in Port Harcourt. Then another one, you display product in Abuja. Then another one in Owerri. Another one in Uyo. Now, this person will have to sit back and have a rethink. Where is this realtor based? How is this realtor big enough to have properties in all these states within a period of 1 month? He's been able to display products in about 4 different states. How is it able to be sure that he has been able to handle all the challenges involved in protecting properties that are being sold to them? These are questions that they have in mind. Have you been able to think out these questions and give an answer to it before you start projecting on digital channels? All right? What can you do to make strangers trust you fast enough and be willing to buy from you across different channels? First of all, you need to place yourself as a stranger who gets across someone who sells products worth millions. And then put yourself in that particular shoes and think again. Would you have trusted your brand projection if you were the stranger that came across your page, that came across your ad on social media or on search engine platforms? When you have been able to answer those questions, you will identify things that say no to your mind. And those are the things that you should first of all address. Now, let's start with this. On social media in Nigeria, everyone understands that at the moment, we have so many realtors who are not established. And no one wants to work with a realtor who isn't established. No one wants to invest with a part-time realtor. On your social media channels, you cannot be a realtor, a digital product seller, an e-commerce business owner, a consulting firm, and maybe again a food seller. You cannot be these 4 different things on social media channels and expect to be trusted. First of all, you have already projected yourself as a confused, unstable business person. People want to invest with those who are focused, who know exactly what they are dedicating their time, their energy, their effort to. And they want to work with someone who has an authority in a particular industry and niche. All right? If you want to establish a digital trust on social media, the first thing you must do is that you must align your projection on social media to be specifically on what you are to be trusted on. A realtor. You want to be seen as a realtor. You want to be regarded as a realtor. You want to be trusted as a realtor. You must uphold that at all times. Every of your content must revolve around it. Your jokes should be able to be within those kind of content. Yeah, content that upholds your image, your realtor kind of image. At the same time, no one is interested in trusting someone who looks all salesy. So the number one thing you must understand is that the social media platforms are not for sharing only sales content. You will only make yourself look desperate. People don't trust desperate people with their money. You know, there is something about people who are desperate to get sales. People see those kind of people like hungry people. Let me share a particular story with you. A few years back, when I started up as a website designer, I made a broadcast. I will call it spam. I was actually spamming on different platforms. So I made that broadcast. And one of the prospects responded to me, "You are too desperate. You don't even have a domain to your name, and you want me to give you money for website design. How do I trust that you can even design a website for me when you don't have yours?" That struck a chord. I didn't pick offense. I was not bitter. I was not hurt, but I picked a lesson. That was the day I registered my first domain. Actually, it was in 2011, May 30th to be precise. No, sorry, April 30th to be precise. I will never forget that day. April 30th, 2011 was the day I registered my first domain for my business as a website designer then. And then I realized that I was looking desperate, and that's why even people who needed my service didn't see me as one who can offer the service successfully. So no one wants to invest with someone who is desperate. That is why, as a realtor, I have always said that you have to be able to handle people's fear before you request for their money. You want people to invest in Ibeju. Two things. There are still Nigerians who have an idea of the fact that investing in Ibeju is like them going to buy a swamp. Now, they do not outrightly say that I am not investing. They just want to be convinced that, yeah, no, you are not right. Ibeju is not swamp. And then you are not right. You are not exposed to the danger of a refinery being close to you. The property is not really close to the refinery. And then the way this area is structured, it is a livable certified. It's been already valued as a livable environment. And then based on this, based on that, and based on this, it is expected that your investment in this location is going to appreciate within a particular percentage. You know, look at this. It is not only people in accounting that should put out data. As a realtor, you are at a higher advantage when you are able to put out data in your communication pattern. How do I mean? When you are trying to project the measurable properties, you should also be able to tell them the duration, the appreciable measures that you have been able to get out of your analysis as it's been surveyed. All right? People, by the time you project yourself as someone with this deep knowledge, you have been able to send yourself ahead of your competitors. And it will really take a lot of time, except you reached out to only those who have interest but can't afford, for them not to be able to agree to invest through you. All right? So when projecting, avoid trying to appear desperate. Number two is everyone believes Google more than your words. I don't know how well to emphasize this, but that's just the truth. That's just the truth. Everyone believes Google more than your word. When you mention an estate, you know, for instance, now you are projecting on social media, or you've created an ad, and someone sees an ad, and then you've mentioned an estate. The first thing they do is they go to Google to confirm if that estate actually exists, if it is real, if there is anywhere that is being talked about, you know, of course, you should know. Once there is an estate being sold, it should be talked about all over the internet. It should be on the internet. Now, when they go to Google, and for instance, let's say MN Estates, and then they go on a Google and search for maybe a particular estate within MN Estate. You know, you know better around, you know, different, you have different locations of properties that is being named. So if you were projecting that particular one, and then someone goes on Google and search, that your prospect goes on Google and search for MN Estate, and then the first 10, okay, let's even say the first 5 results that came out, you were not among the people. One of the things you have been able to tell them is that you are not reliable enough to be invested with. Now, those who are at the top of these platforms have a higher advantage, right? Now, this is why they will believe what Google tells them than what you were trying to tell them. 99.9% of human believes Google more than your direct words. By the time you say it and they go to Google and type it and confirm that what you said was true, but it was not true through you, they may probably leave you and go with those who revealed truly to them. Now, this is it. When you want Google, when you know that people believe Google more than your words, you should do everything to be sure that you tell Google what to tell them, right? You should make sure that you tell Google what to tell them. That is, when you mention a particular estate, when they go to Google, they should find you visibly available there. That is one of the ways that your digital trust is built. All right? Now, the third thing is, when they go to Google, the search result will lead them to those they will easily trust. If yours is not discovered on Google too, then you have probably sent them a negative feedback that, no, I am just trying to let you know about this, but these are my higher people that you can actually trust and work with. You have sold yourself away, and it looks like you are making effort, but other people are benefiting from your effort. You know, you are selling the same property that others are selling, but every month, every year, other people are celebrated as top sellers in that particular estate, and you're wondering what you are doing wrong. This could be one of the things that you are doing wrong. Other people are building digital trust, but you are displaying your desperation. You know, you have to take a lesson from this and restructure. All right? Discovering yourselves about a particular property is just a step. The information you give out determines your trust, right? You know, it's actually one thing for your prospect to get to see that, oh yeah, the properties actually exist. But what information do they get from you about the property? Is the next information about come and invest? You know, I've carefully observed, I've interacted, and I have worked with so many realtors and real estate agency as well. I have discovered one of the problems they have. They are actually projecting the properties in the estate. They do not project the benefit of the estate. You know, from time immemorial, the benefits usually outsell the location. And then the location should be part of the benefits. But you do not just tell people that Ekwe is the best location at the moment. You should be able to let them know why Ekwe is the best location at the moment. And you have to say it in a very plain language. Now, for example, there is a difference between features and benefits. All right? When listing the features of an estate, you should be able to list benefits of an estate. as well. The benefit of the property and the features of the property, they must be different. And at the same time, the benefits of investing through you. There are competitors. There must be something that you give that makes you different from what other people are also giving. Now, you must learn from what your competitors are doing and do better than what they are doing. All right? No one is actually interested in experimenting. That's the number 5th thing you must understand. No one is interested in experimenting. They want an established realtor. Even if you are starting today, even if you are just starting, you must not project as one who has just started. You must be able to project as an established realtor. Now, sit back, analyze how you can maximize your digital media and make yourself a well-established realtor by leveraging the necessary digital building process, digital trust building processes. All right. And as a beginner and even as an established realtor, you may not have known this. This is why on Monday, the 14th of November, 2022, I will be live on YouTube. It's going to be a live broadcast on YouTube on how to build digital trust as a realtor. Now, what I have just given you now is a preamble. So you must be on that class. It's going to be by 4 p.m. If you are new on this channel, I will implore that you click on the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, and also share this video so that you will be rightly informed when I go live on Monday. I'm going to speak extensively on how to build digital trust as a realtor. Now, of course, you are going to have a free access. It's a free broadcast on YouTube. You can't afford not to be in this class. You can't afford not to be live with me by 4 p.m. when I go live to talk about this. Wherever you are, you must suspend whatever you are doing and be sure that you get on with me as I analyze practically how to go about this on your social media platform. Trust me, it promises to be an amazing time. You cannot just afford not to be live with me. All right? So, I will see you on my next video. Don't forget to share. My name is Timothy Anetia.